And we're back with CCLP3 and Lynx. If you watched the last video, or if you're coming from that last video, you're aware that the rant I had then was kind of on the negative side. So to make up for that, as my quote-unquote apology for it, since I know it's something not everyone was expecting, I'm going to be a little bit more positive with this video with my commentary and hopefully my gameplay, because I know I failed at Jumble 3 quite a bit in the last video. So let's go ahead and start this. So one thing I should know about this level in particular is that I use this level's wall pattern for a level I made in Joshua 5 called Lonesome Drone, which was mainly a variety level. It wasn't the best variety level. It was honestly a little too linear. And this section in particular, I think I used for a thief you've taken all that was me type thing. Okay. That part with the fireball, it's a little mean, but I like it. I like that. I think that's what gives CCLP3 its name. It's, it's little tricks like that. It's like you have to use everything, but the way everything's used right there is pretty freaking clever, if you ask me. And then this whole heat wave thing was, for the time this level was, for the time this set was released, this was a pretty awesome concept. Now it's, I can't say it's commonly used, but it's been used quite a bit. I've used it. A couple other people have used it. I think the person that's used it the most is Andrew Menzies with his laser type levels, which are pretty awesome, I have to say. Okay, so there's a pretty simple way to get this done. I think all it involves is getting this block right there, and you can just get this block right there. I can definitely see this section in particular being a lot harder than what it is. And as I say that, I step in fire because I thought I had fire boots for whatever freaking reason. I did not have fire boots. I don't know why I did that. That was completely my fault. So anyway, I didn't mention this in the last video due to, well, the rant and everything. But we recently had our CCLP4 podcast, the second one, which was top 10 levels only we seem to like. And we being the people that hosted it, which was JB, myself, and Andrew Menzies. That podcast was a ton of fun. And I don't know if it's up as of this video. It might be. As I'm recording, it's not. But who knows? It might be up eventually. So that was a lot of fun to do, needless to say. Okay. I wonder if this room requires like putting blocks on fire and slapping them off for an optimal route. I'm curious to know about that. Okay, now this room. Oh boy, this room's certainly pretty clever, I have to admit. Okay. I kind of wish this track for the firewall didn't go through a second time, but oh well. Alright, so now that that's taken care of, we can move on. So yeah, that podcast was a ton of fun to play. I had to focus on that bit, on that little cloning bit with, or not even cloning, it was, you know, trap controlling. Okay, I almost fell for our trap. Okay, thankfully it's a little easier now. Apparently there's this big gap, which was, I guess, a late addition to this, so kind of cool. Alright. Now that we got that taken care of, let's get out of here. Pretty cool teleporting section too. So that's Beat the Heat by JB, and we're now on Divide and Conquer, which in my opinion is the much better version of Caves. Which, really, that's all this level is. It's basically caves. Or, you know, the general idea of caves. See, this is what I mean with... When we assemble CCLP4, this is something we don't want. Is... levels, you know, that are similar to each other, but like not the same. And this level and caves are a pretty good example of this. I ultimately prefer this level, and I completely screwed that up because my key input didn't register for some reason. But yeah, I prefer this over caves by a long shot. And I don't know what I was thinking. I completely rushed that. See, I prefer this over caves, yet I I'm rushing it. Speaking of caves, I don't know if anyone's I don't think I've said this in the video. I might have. I don't remember. It's been a while. But the caves build was I think released. I forget who released it. Well, I don't say JB gave, or not JB. Pie Guy gave it to JB, or JB finally figured it out and released it because of some thing he said in the past. I don't remember, but he released it, and I ended up getting the build on caves fairly quickly. Didn't take a lot of time to get, really. Why is it that I can't seem to solve this? I'm not sure. Oop. And Pie Guy also released Red, Green, and Blue, finally. Okay, how the hell did the fireball get out? Did I do something wrong? For some reason, this level's tripping me up. I think the fireball collided with the glider somehow. The red, green, and blue route was interesting. That took me about 2 hours to memorize the route for. Oh my god, this level's not even hard. And yet I'm messing it up so bad. Come on. The fact that this is repeated 4 times doesn't really bother me. I know that bothers some people, but it actually doesn't bother me that much. Like, I'm doing the exact same thing on all these rooms, yet they're all working differently for some reason. Like, is the monster order affecting this, or... See, look at that, the fireball. The fireball did something completely weird there. Like, what the hell did that, how the hell did that happen? How am I on this level for this long? I'm so sure. I expected to be on something like Beat the Heat for a long time. Not this level. Oh, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Because up there is the exit. Okay, now that I got all that done, we can finally, hopefully, looks like I can because the fireball didn't collide funny or anything like that. Finally solved that. So now that's done. And now for the moment I've been waiting for. Everybody get dangerous. I haven't been waiting for this level in particular. But this was the level that I last beat when I first initially played through CCLP3. So after I beat this level, everything from here on out will be not blind, but no one has seen me play on cam or on a recording. So really, I can't really explain my thoughts or anything like that or I haven't explained any of my initial thoughts on any of these levels. If that makes any sense. So, do I remember how to solve this Sokoban? I don't think I might. I think it's just like that. I think there's two ways to approach this Sokoban. I think that's the longer way. Use the blue key to below to access the bomb storage room. And then there's walls out there because we always like having walls surrounded by it, you know. We always like being surrounded by walls. I completely ruined the joke, but that's okay. So yeah, I don't have any real thoughts on this level. I mean, I guess it's decent. I mean, it's not the worst level out there. I mean, this is if I have to say, this might be my third favorite Tyler level, which I think this is his last entry in CCLP3, if I'm not mistaken. But this level has a lot. I don't like that timing in Lynx. A little nice slow-mo room though. Okay. So, we have a choice. I think I'm actually going to go through here. I think you can. And we can go through this. And my window went inactive again, but thankfully I didn't lose control of Chip. So, let's get that out of the way. I don't know why the window does that. I really don't. Yeah, I think I can go through here now. Yeah, there's a yellow door in here. Okay, so this tank part. it's a cool mechanism, but it's one that you can easily mess up. I can't explain how many times I messed that room up when I first played CCLP3. And this section in Lynx, this is nerve-wracking. Okay. Don't use too many of these. Because when I was quote-unquote optimizing this level, I say quotes because I really wasn't. I was just trying to get a better score, which I did. I think I got over 500, which I think is good. Let's see. Where to go? I think I can go in here. Can I? No. Where's a blue door at? Where is a blue door at? Is there one down here? Yeah, there is. Okay. Yeah, the order of the rooms is kind of confusing. I want to say I think there's one way you can mess the order up. I don't remember though. Okay, now I can go to that tank room. And I think I have to go through that I think I have to go through that monster pattern one more time with the fireballs and the gliders. Okay. Thankfully this is pretty easy. You can just go in a loop like that. Yeah, you can pretty easily miss that timing with the trap. But thankfully I don't need to go in there anymore. Not in that direction at least. So we can move on. Have to go through this one more time. I swear that is nerve-wracking in this rule set. And a pretty space-filling Vanishing Act section, which is fine. There's honestly not enough invisible walls in this set. I say that for CCLP3. Go figure. Okay. So now it's just a matter of getting to the fire boots and exiting, which really isn't that hard. It's pretty simple from here on out. And that should be the gist of it. So, I think it's safe to say that we are finally at the point where I stopped at last time, which I think this is 17 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. I think this has to be episode 17. So, oh yeah, that Slogan's adapted, I forgot. So yeah, that was by Tyler Sontag, his final level in this set. Won't see anything from him till either he finishes TS Alpha or in CCLP4, because I'm pretty sure he'll get some levels in that set. So, I think I'm going to end the video here. Conveniently where I stopped at in my initial run, but I promise I will come back and play this and the rest of the set. So, the old LP, when I got to this level, I was at episode 30. I'm at 17, now. Well, when I start the next one, it'll be episode 18. So I think I might be able to complete this in 25 parts. I'm aiming for 25. If I honestly get to 30, that's gonna be kind of ridiculous because that's basically 2 levels per video. But hopefully, I'm shooting for 25 total, and then this set should be done. So until then, guys, thanks for watching. I probably didn't talk as much as I wanted to, but at least it wasn't negative. So and I promise I'll actually come back to record this. I'll actually record it right after this. So see you guys in the next video.